Well, welcome to the Stone Roadie podcast. It's the one you don't want to miss. It stars Craig Reed, the Stone Roadie, and Griff, the rocket scientist. Let's not forget Kathy Godsey and all the old friends that come along. Lord, we'll be talking Skynyrd and leaving you with a song.
Stone Roadie Show, podcast 233, Wake and Bake the Morning Buzz, episode 110. Action. Alrighty there, fellow slaves here on the flat-ass planet Earth. Looky here, looky here. My name's Craig Reed, a.k.a., also known as the Stone Roadie and the world's most famous roadie ever since the dawn of time, since the dinosaurs roamed this fat, flat earth. And with me, as almost always, my co-pilot, the rocket scientist, Griff Martin. So what the hell are we going to talk about on Wednesday, October the 16th, 2024, on this Wednesday morning there, on a Wake and Bake Wednesday there, Griff Martin?
I got in one of these questions here, this guy, Charles King, he says, government-controlled hurricanes. Craig is beyond help. F this podcast. Yeah, well, you'll find out one day, man. You know, I used to think about these flat earthers as complete idiots. I was like, I said, these guys are just freaking idiots. And then, and now, I can't say they're idiots. I don't know, man. It's got me stumped. But, yeah, there's a lot of people, they don't agree with things Craig and I say or what Craig says. But you got to keep an open mind these days because nothing's real. And that's a fact. If it's real, you might not know it. If it's fake, you might not know it. But anyway.
And this podcast is brought to you by Wheaties, Breakfast of Champions there.
Yeah, Craig, did you want to explain? You said something about you wanted to explain what the difference between the numbers of the podcast.
Oh, well, yes. And some rented lips. Some people, in case some people want to know, yeah, when we started this a couple years ago, we did 120 podcasts, and then we were only doing them on Wednesdays. Wednesday morning, Wednesday evenings, I guess. Yeah, we were doing them Wednesday evenings, and then. I don't know what happened, but people were wanting more, and we thought, well, heck, we come up with the thing where we would just do a morning show and try to keep people entertained for their drive to be a slave at their chosen profession, every morning at 6 a.m. we would, start the wake and bake, so, yeah, so it was about, I don't remember when we started doing, about February or something, and we've been doing an average of 3 a week, and we're it's 8 months we've done 110 podcasts, so we're kicking them out there, but that's the difference in the numbers and where the numbers come from. Yeah, so
the reason we started doing in the morning was because we were running out of skin formation, and we changed our format. We said, well, on the drive in on the wake and bake, we can talk about anything, and that opened the door for fat talk and flat earth talk, and that's why there's a lot of that different
yeah, I guess that's right. After we did 120 podcasts, we kind of went, boy, we're, and they were 2 hours long and 3 hours. They were 3 hours long and stuff. It was crazy. And yeah, we the well was kind of drying up, so we were kind of going, shit, we keep talking about the same stuff. We need to mix it up a little bit and try to be more well-rounding, entertaining or whatever, on the way to, try to entertain people on the way to work, so a lot of people do that, they have a morning show, and like the one here, actually the one here is called the Morning Buzz, that's what they call it. So that's I stole that from the local station here, the Morning Buzz. Of course, they don't talk about wake and bake, it's the Morning Buzz. But
and we were trying to boost our subscriptions up more, which Brian Bodkin told me that he was watching our subscriptions and they went over 3,000, and then he sent me a screenshot of it, and then the next day it was back down to 2,800. So there, you guys, if you don't mind, go on there. We'd like to do a like and subscribe-a-thon if we can, because we need to find out what's going on with that. I know they're taking subscriptions away. For whatever reason.
We seem to be stuck right about 2,225. We're just stuck right there, and people keep saying
it's 28 or
28, something like that. Yeah, but I heard Mark Howard the other day said he'd got over 10,000 subscriptions. Good for him, man.
I mean, he doesn't do near the amount that we do.
He started a long time ago, though.
Yeah, he started 2 years sooner than us, I think.
And he talks about all the bands he worked for, and touring with all of them, and a different kind of.
But he doesn't talk about fat people, and he doesn't.
No. He don't talk about fat people. Boy, when I was doing those solos and I got off on some of them fat rants, man, did I catch hell. Boy, oh boy, one girl, boy, they were trying to insult me, and they were going, who in the hell do you think you are? You can't even get in. You worked for Lynyrd Skynyrd your whole life, and you can't even get into a Lynyrd Skynyrd show without paying. You're a piece of shit. Nah, they don't even like you. You're a piece of shit. Oh, it was funny, yeah. But you can't humiliate me. I was, when God about 10 years ago, I humiliated myself. I got to be double obese, man. I walked around like that for, I don't know, 2-3 years. I don't know. I didn't realize how fat I got. It just seems, it kind of happens, it just seemed to happen. But boy, I'm glad I woke up and realized it. But you can't humiliate me after walking around obese like that for a couple years. I'm used to the humiliation. I humiliated myself. But how about that Bill Clinton? He was caught in a McDonald's. Can you?
They didn't know who he was.
He eats in McDonald's.
Yeah, well,
God,
he's
no
always
wonder he's losing his mind.
But they eat
and
babies.
he knows that stuff's poison. I mean,
but they eat babies, so what's the difference?
Hey, but talking about Brian Bodkins, didn't he find something of mine?
Yeah, he found. I sent it to you. Do you have that picture I sent you, Craig?
Well, he found. I when the giveaway started, I've started off with one of those silver dollars that I had with me on the airplane, and I bought six rolls. That's 60 silver dollars I bought when me and Ronnie was down gambling. I bought, because I was collecting those bicentennial silver dollars, so I bought six rolls off the casino, and I threw them in my bags, and that's what I had with me on the airplane when it crashed, along with my rest of my coin collection and my currency collection from all over the world I had with me on that plane. But Brian found one of these pictures that goes with the. This is the one I'm sending to Shelby.
I think it's number 32. He said it was.
Oh, 34. You
34. Yeah. Well, here's what
30,
happened, Craig.
Well,
let me
this
tell
is
you.
number 43. So
Right.
that was I don't get these go every once in a while because I don't have that many left. You know, this is Shelby. I haven't gotten rid of any since I gave the last one to Shelby. This one's 43. So that's the document. That's the picture that he found. Picture 34, but he didn't find this document or the coin.
No.
Yeah, and I got the coin as labeled, but the coin is actually labeled
Teresa
Robert.
McMurray.
Yeah, because she actually won it and gave it to she's a friend of Shelby, so she actually won it and gave it to Shelby. But before I send it to Shelby, I'll put Shelby's name on it.
Well, here's what happened, so everybody knows, is Brian Bodkin, he's the guy that he was at Muscle Shoals when I did the visit at Muscle Shoals, and he was on the podcast. So if you go to the Muscle Shoals, just look for Muscle Shoals in our video selection, and that's where Brian Bodkin is. He's in there, and he and I become pretty good friends. But anyway, he cleans out people, I guess, when their estates, when they die and stuff like that, and so he was at some hoarder's house cleaning their shit up, and he came across Craig's damn picture, number 34, and he said, "What the hell? How is that even possible?" That's a coincidence right there,
That's
man.
wild. Yeah, that's really crazy.
I mean, the guy he had bought one of Craig's. He couldn't find the coin or the letter of authenticity, but he's looking.
Yeah,
he's looking. He's still looking. So hopefully,
he might have put those in a frame and then just left the picture out.
And Brian's the one who donated this book right here. And
and somebody bid. I'm sorry.
Well, we had two bids already. Jeff bid $100, then John Myers bid 155, and now you got one that you said you hadn't seen in your email for a while. That for how much, Craig?
Let me find it on there. Oh, $200. I'd like to bid $200 for Jean's book. It's Tanya Marie. And I kind of think I might have overlooked that. She might have bid on that last week or so. But sorry about that, Tanya. But yeah, we got your bid for $200.
Yeah,
and for that book. And then we got the bid from Robert Wheatley for the Artemis Pyle signed DVD set. And yeah, we've been offering that, but he offered that right away. But I told him I had to wait and see, offer it for a little while, so anybody wanted to up the bid. But nobody seems to want to up it, so I guess we'll just let Robert Wheatley have this DVD set.
Yeah, and Robert, I sent your package off yesterday. Yesterday I sent your package off. Monday the post office was closed. I didn't know it was a holiday. So go ahead, Craig.
But no, that's it. But you mentioned stuff that when people was cleaning out people's houses. Well, you had the question about this ring here that I wear sometimes.
Yeah, somebody in here asked about that. I don't see it right off in my
it's a Masonic ring, but
yeah,
some old man I used to ride horses for when I was a kid. Kentucky, Tennessee Walkers. when he died, well, actually, when his daughter died, I went to they had a big, they didn't have any heirs or anything, and I donated all their money to the church, and they were auctioning off all his stuff, and I went and bought a bunch of his personal stuff, and this ring was part of his stuff, and I wear it occasionally. They're supposed to be satanic. I don't know, but it just reminds me of my childhood. When I was young and innocent.
So you're not a Mason. That's just a
no, it just
sentimental
I
ring.
just kind of put it on every now and then. I'm a stolen valor Mason. I don't know what degree he was or anything. I was very young.
Well, all of the I guess the presidents were probably Masons, and yeah, it's supposed to be a big satanic thing, but who knows, man. But hey, and speaking of donations and things like that, Kent Griffith sent some stuff in a DVD that he sent me, and I got these 38 special stage passes, and they're 2005. And Trish Hobbs, if you're listening, she's a Stone Roadie fan, and I think she's Donnie Van Zant's sister-in-law. And if we could get her to get Donnie to sign those, that would make them pretty valuable. And if not, maybe we could get Carlisi to sign them. But if anybody has connections to either Donnie Van Zant or Carlisi or somebody like that, then we like to get these signed, and that'll I think that would make them pretty valuable. So yeah, put in the comments or contact me. You can contact me. I'll put my email up right here if somebody wants to contact me. Or you can go message me on Facebook. Griff Martin has it, and I check that probably like once a week. But yeah, so thanks for that, Kent Griffith. And we still have this Lynyrd Skynyrd news article. It's a copy, but it's got Lynyrd Skynyrd's signature, and it's Kent Griffith's daughter that was signed for. So we still have that, and we still have the vest, right, Craig?
Yeah.
Billy Powell
still
vest.
Have the vest that's signed "Best Wishes, Billy Powell." It's a small Bill Blass vest.
Yeah, so let's see if there was anything else we wanted to talk about here. I was talking to Gene yesterday, and Gene said he had some people that flew in from England just to take a West Side tour. And he said, "Wow, man," he goes, "I felt pretty honored to somebody to fly in all the way from England to take a West Side tour." And then he said he knew somebody that had some stuff that came out of Dean Kilpatrick's estate. And this guy bought a bunch of the stuff, and then a friend of Gene's bought the Street Survivors album signed by all of the guys, and all the band members, and he only paid like $47 for it. And then he called him back up and said that, "Hey man, I want to get that back. I didn't know how much it was worth." And then the guy's like, too bad, too sad. And so he called Craig up to ask Craig what Craig thought it was worth. And he said, Craig, and this is what he said. He said, "Yeah, I called Craig up to see, but he had too much blood in his TCH stream." He couldn't help me. He had too much blood in his TCH stream. So yeah. And then just another little update on the monument. I talked to Leslie Hawkins, and she cannot go. She said she would like to go, But Leslie, she's got vertigo really bad. That's her main, I think one of her main reasons she can't travel long distances. And she wouldn't be able to drive that far because she's got orthopedic issues. She's got neck problems and back problems from the crash, and then she gets vertigo really easily, and so she can't fly. So she says thank you very much. She thinks about all of her fans and all the people that are wondering will she be there. She wishes she could be there, and but she's sorry she can't come. But she's doing good. She's doing pretty good, and it was so nice of her to check on old Griff to see. She wanted to just find out was I okay from the hurricane. Now, how cool is that? You got a honkette who wants to find out if you're all right, and you made it through the hurricane. And that was really sweet of her, and it's a very nice gesture, and I appreciate that, Leslie. I don't think she watches too much of the Stone Roadie show because there's some things she don't agree with with what we talk about, but she don't hate us like some people might hate us. So anyway, that's an update on that. And Gene is planning on going to the monument. We're watching the storms that are brewing out there, and neither one of us want to go to that thing. If there's storms, I'm still on the fence whether or not I'm going to go or not. But Gene's definitely going to go if the storms don't affect, which they look like they're not going to be heading up that way because there's a front blowing down, and it's supposed to be pretty cool in Florida this weekend. I mean, we're getting our first cold blast, and I always said that when Halloween rolls around, that's when about the time Halloween comes around, we always get a cold blast. And so I'm looking forward to that little front coming down to cool things off down here in Florida. But the bad thing, that's when the snowbirds come down. And when the snowbirds come down, the traffic gets really bad. But some of those snowbirds, I know one lady who has a house in North Carolina and a house on the West Coast and lost both of her houses and did not have flood insurance and lost two of her cars. So yeah, but I think it was her ex-husband was rich, and he probably has he's probably having a party over that. You know how that goes, right, Craig? He probably having a karma party for her. But who knows? Maybe he used to beat her. We don't know. We don't know the whole story. But yeah, so that's about it on the talking points. You got a lot of comments and questions here, though, Craig, from the last podcast that we can go over. Have you got anything else you want to talk about there, Craig?
Well, the jacket there that I got in the background. Yeah, that jacket. Yeah, my buddy come by here. Well, not my buddy, really. He's just kind of acquaintance, but yeah, he stopped by. He bought that jacket off of an auction house, and he paid $3,000 for it. And I sold it a few years ago, and somebody in this auction house got a hold of it, and that's the ad that they ran in their flyer. He said it was the only full page ad they had in their flyer.
Where's the ad? You have the ad?
Well, that is the actual ad, but I had to crop it.
Okay,
I had to
see.
crop it to be that big so that you could see the jacket because it's.
Oh, so the picture's the ad.
Yeah, the picture's the ad, but I had to crop it. I didn't get the bottom part where it told all about it, but the print was so small you couldn't read it anyways.
Well, that was kind of cool to see your old jacket come back to the house there for a little while and visit you, huh?
Yeah, it was kind of neat. Yeah, I sold that several years ago. What was funny was I had ripped it under the
In the armpit.
under the armpit. Let me move myself up here. Uh, Under the armpit here, and I had it repaired. And I showed him how where I had it repaired. But before I had it repaired, I actually put rock and roll tape on it and taped it together, and you could still see the adhesive on the fabric where I taped it together, just barely. You could see it. The lady that put it together kind of cleaned it off, but yeah, you could see it. So I gave him some history with it. Yeah, but it was kind of cool to see it again. I wore that a lot.
That Lynyrd Skynyrd writing looks like the same thing that they had on the red jacket almost, isn't it? It's about the same.
It's cursive writing, but on that jacket, it's right into the material. There wasn't a patch on it, and I was confused, and I thought the red jacket was the same, but the red jacket actually had the cursive writing was actually a patch, where that jacket was it was sewn right into the fabric.
I should have asked Leslie, did she still have her red jacket? I think she does. Pretty sure she does. Yeah. That might have been the one that she let them borrow it and they kept it. And then John Reinheimer got it back for her. I'm not sure about that, but it could be.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
But yeah, that's a cool looking, that's almost like something Fonzie would wear. That's a cool
the
looking
bomber
jacket.
yeah. And it's got that patch on it, that 76 Skynyrd 76 patch on it right there.
Yeah, cool. And so now he's got it personalized, which that raised up the value.
I signed it under my name.
That raised the value up there
with
a little more.
With a silver marker.
Even though he had the letter of authenticity already, but yeah. So you could have gave him a letter of authenticity and said that he personally drove it to your house and you signed it. And you guys could have smoked a bowl over it and burned a hole in it with a seed, and that would have really made it valuable.
Oh, yeah. Well, we smoked a bowl.
Yeah, he brought the pipe over too, didn't he?
Yeah. Actually,
you got that picture of him with the pipe?
Did. I christened the pipe for him. Yeah.
Do you have that picture of the pipe handy?
No, I don't have it handy.
Yeah, I've got it somewhere, but I don't want to try to find it and mess everything up. But yeah. So if you ain't got anything else, Craig, let's jump into the comments and the questions, man.
Oh, let me see. Yeah, I don't have any. Oh, you know what? When I did a solo thing, I said there was when I was talking about Tennessee and that town Black Rock or Hard Rock or whatever, Red Rock, whatever that town is that got wiped away.
Asheville?
In Tennessee, that one up in the hills that
Chimney Rock.
Chimney Rock, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Got washed away.
Black Rock is the one that
I said I heard there was more there was more water that went through those falls there than went over the
Niagara.
Grand Canyon in a day, and I meant to say Niagara Falls.
Yeah, it's Niagara.
So, but when I heard it back, I said, "You didn't actually say Grand Canyon."
See,
It's funny when you do these things, and you just,
because you had blood in your TCH.
Oh crap!
You had blood in your TCH stream. Like Gene said.
Yeah. And yeah. Oh, yeah. And I wanted to tomorrow. Tomorrow's the supermoon. Then the supermoon. I guess the moon came back, and it's a super moon now tomorrow, the 17th.
Yeah, the moon was missing there for a
Yeah, the
while.
moon. Yeah, they were going, what happened to the moon? What happened to the moon? The moon's gone. It's been gone for days, and then it came back like all weird. Half would be over here and half would be over here the next day, and now it's come back as a supermoon. It's supposed to be closer to Earth than I don't know, whatever, this time or a while. I don't know. It's a supermoon. But yeah, it seems like shit gets weird when that moon gets close like that. I don't know. Supposed to be some weird biblical stuff happening because all this crap going on. But it just seems like there's a great awakening going on, and it seems like some people are waking up, but it just seems like some people just refuse, boy. Not to say everything that's that out there is that's coming forth is the truth, but boy, there's a lot of stuff going on, and apparently there's a lot of these floods are happening all over the world, Brazil and they're not just here, and then out there in Arizona that big you seem to be glitching or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you're glitching.
I got an unstable video going on.
But but out in Arizona they've had that fire out there. I guess it's around that lithium mine stuff out there too. It seems like there's some weird stuff going on out there now, but I don't know. I've been sitting here going today. I was thinking, how did this world get to be like this? I mean, they're all the food is poison, and everything you put on. I think I went over this on the last podcast, but everything you eat is poison. Everything you do, it's all the medicine that Pfizer. They have never cured one disease. They've been around for 175 years. There's just all kind of stuff going on. I'm going, I got brain damage, but everybody else is supposed to be so smart. How did things get so messed up that we're paying all these taxes and all the stuff that's going on, and the food's poison, and they don't let that happen in Europe. What the hell's going on here in the United States? I mean, I'm puzzled, but I got brain damage, so it's hard for me to figure this stuff out. But God, Lord knows. I mean, I mean, what's going on? But that's my thought of the day. What the hell's going on? But yeah, let's get to these questions.
Yeah, an unstable internet, so if you guys see anything happening weird, it means that I edited as much of it out as I could. But we'll jump into the questions and comments real quick here before we lose our connection. All right, Esther, she says on the 3 steps of the comment was made, always thought it was, hey, fat fella with your hair colored yellow. I think a lot of people think that's what it was.
Yeah.
But I thought it was. I remember I even had like a little bit of an argument with my sister about that. She said, he doesn't say fat fella. Yeah, and so I guess she was right, unless Ronnie said it before in, concert or something. But
from what I remember, he always said, hey, fat fella.
He did?
Yes, yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he probably added that in there because
I don't know. God, that's 47, 50 years ago. I mean, no, 47 years ago, yeah.
Well, when Gene was telling him he had a New Jersey vagina, he probably realized he was fat.
Yeah.
So, all right. So moving along here, Jerry Dotson. It's a deal, Craig. I'm not fat, so send my stuff. No sweat. It's been 7 months already anyway.
All right. What's his name? I'll write it down and send it.
Jerry Dotson.
Jerry Dodson? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll send yours out first, Jerry.
I think he,
If
I
you're
think he
not
put
fat.
his, he may have put his
No,
number
you
in
know
here.
what? Actually, I started putting the boxes together today, and all that started addressing all the boxes. Now I just got to load them, and
Yeah, and I sent you something that you can be
yeah,
putting a little
you
something
sent
in
me
there too.
something to put in one of the boxes because I didn't have enough of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And
he's
yeah, look,
working on it.
yeah, you know what? Yeah, everybody was supposed to just get like a coin, and then we started throwing a kazoo in there, and then we started putting in I got it all wrote down but everybody's gonna get a lot of stuff. So,
Well, Craig, you know what? You really need to make an effort to say that they'll get it before Christmas.
oh yeah, they're gonna get it before Christmas. But I think I said they were gonna get it before the October too. And here we are
Yeah, but you got to
halfway into
keep that
October.
Christmas promise, man, because
Yeah.
if you don't,
That
then
brain damage works like that, It just you just lose
yeah,
track of reality.
yeah, he's got a lot of TCH in his bloodstream. Okay, big cornbread. Hey, Craig, could you give us any information on the photo of Ronnie with the black eye? I know we've covered that before, but go ahead and tell it, Craig.
Well, that's the one where he got beat up in San Francisco.
Yeah, we had a podcast on that.
Yeah, and they went to a club, and like I said before, I could get on here and go, oh yeah, that was really cool, man, and we got in a big fight out in the parking lot. Oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. But I could say that and nobody would know, but I wasn't there. Me and Dean took off in San Francisco that night and went on our own, and the band went to some bar somewhere, and they got on the bus, and they were on the bus, and somebody said something outside of the bus. They were sitting on the bus, and somebody said something, and Ronnie went out there and said, "Hey, who in the hell's saying some shit?" And they they hit Ronnie so fast, put bumps on Ronnie's head so faster than he could rub them. That's what I was trying to say. They put knots on his head faster than he could rub them.
Didn't all of them jump out there, and then they
Oh,
got
he got into this guy that was like a middleweight champion, Golden Gloves guy. Man, he just, Ronnie just wasn't ready for that. God, you know,
yeah. Sometimes you bite off more than you can chew.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah, he got. Oh, he had a couple of black eyes. I mean, he was in the bunk above me, and I would get up out of my bunk, and first thing I would see when I look, Ronnie would have his curtain open, and I'd look in there, and his eyes were purple, and they were shining like you had just put Vaseline on them.
Because they were swollen.
I said, man, that's why they call them suckers shiners. Look at them babies, man. Oh
Was
yeah,
was he
they
in
was
some
just like,
pain?
huh?
Was he in some pain?
I imagine, man, they was swelled shut, and they're yeah, there was a picture of him on stage with sunglasses on, but when he would go out and do a show, and at the end of the thing, after he would discard his microphone at the end of Freebird, he would take his sunglasses off and just go up and look at people in the front crowd, and they'd go, "Holy shit!" His eyes was shelled shut, man. No, yeah, shock value, man. Ronnie loved that shit.
Well, we didn't. I don't think Craig went into it that extensively. The when we talked about it before, they're big cornbread. So you got a better story than we put out the first time. So thanks
Yeah,
for that one.
sometimes
Yeah.
I think I'm saying more than I guess I used to think I said more than I thought I did, and I wasn't saying much. really shortening the stories.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah, I'll try to be better about telling
you
the
might, maybe you
stories.
didn't remember it.
Try to bring more details to the situation if possible.
Then Rock On asks, what happened to the Kathy Godsey Saturday night special that was supposed to happen?
When was that? That wasn't going to happen this Saturday, and next Saturday, both of us have a class reunion coming up next Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
The same night as the
Well, you can do it on Friday or something and then just
ceremony.
pretend it's Saturday, This is,
And then well, she's doing one the next Saturday after that. She's got a friend. I think it's the friend that went with her to Alan's house. I think that's who's coming on with her.
oh, okay.
The friend, yeah, I think the friend that was with her at Alan's house when she went down there is coming on with her. I think that's who. I think she said it was for that person. But it's next Saturday. It's not this next Saturday, but it's next Saturday after that. Not the 19th, but it'd be the 26th. Yeah.
Yeah, just hang in there. It's coming. Then we got Winslow Red Cross. Do you know why Alan never used his 12-string Rickenbacker in concert or in the studio?
No, I don't know. Why? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, he used to play it at home. That's the only time I ever seen him even have it. He didn't never took it away from his house. Uh, he played it every now and then. But
This
yeah,
guy, Cheesehead. Cheesehead says, he goes, I best be skin and bone by next year's drawing in case I win cheese number 20. Yeah, Winslow. I guess that, Alan never used that Rickenbacker in concert or in the studio, but did he have it plugged up to an amp or anything?
I don't even remember him even plugging it in. To tell you the truth, he
Yeah.
just had it and he would play it in his living room, sitting there in his chair. I don't think he ever plugged it in. I don't remember him ever plugging it in. He may have. I just don't really remember.
And then we were talking about what you put on your skin goes right into your bloodstream. And Joseph Yema says, that's why I have Parkinson's disease because of all the chemicals I worked with. Yeah, I don't know, man. I should have it too. But if that works that way, then why doesn't Craig just rub the marijuana on his arm? And Larry Tate says he's our disciple that the survivors that should be at the monument will be Mark Frank, Mark Howard, Jim Brace, and Gene Odom. So those are the ones that should be there. I heard 5 were going to be there, but I think there's only going to be probably 4. And yeah, that's probably, I would say, a good bet on that one. Chris Waldron noticed your ring when you hold up the Wheaties. Talking about the Freemason ring. He's wanted to know the story behind it, which we already covered.
Yeah.
Greg is not a Mason. He's just wearing it for sentimental values.
Just some old man I used to know when I was a kid. Bought something off his estate.
Then Ronnie 5129. He said, what happened to Six Gun? Oh, wait a second. Is this the one that's yeah, he was asking about what happened to Six Gun. Have you guys parted ways? And no, they just kind of like playing around their hometown, and they're having trouble, I think, with a drummer or something like that, but they've got some new songs, and I've yet to hear any of them yet, though. Have you heard any of their new songs yet, Craig?
No, I have not.
But Chad did mention coming on the podcast again. I talked to him right before the hurricane. So yeah, they're still around, and
Chad Lane.
yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
Zach is still playing, on TikTok and still doing his thing. They're still Savannah's still there. I did hear Savannah's going to go play with Artemis Pyle somewhere. I
Yeah,
heard.
she called me on the way down there.
Yeah,
She said she was going down there, and yeah, I saw a picture of her on Artemis. I saw a picture of her.
I tell you, one of my most favorite times when I was at their house in their practice room and they were warming up for the Manatee Fest. And those freaking guys, man, it was like being in the room with Lynyrd Skynyrd, hearing those guys play. They were note for note. I'll never forget that. That was one amazing experience for me, being in that practice room, just me and the band and nobody else. And they were playing, and I heard the whole set. They played the whole set, and I listened to it, and it was so good.
Yeah, I was going through. I found some of the editing stuff you sent me before I lost my editing software. I found some of it, and in there I had an intro for Zach playing "I Need You." Man, he plays that thing perfect. God,
Yeah, man,
because I need you.
Zach. He's just something else,
Yeah,
man. He's just got a gift.
he does. Yeah, he's got the gift for sure.
He's a very calculated player, very clean. I've never heard the kid mess up.
No,
He's just that good. He like Buddy Crump, those two guys. Buddy Crump's another one, man. That
and his other guitar player who's
yeah, Nick Gentry. Oh, Nick Gentry, man.
man. He's no
But
slouch
Zach,
either, man.
Zach
Yeah.
kind of taught him, and Nick, man, he plays Freebird better than
Oh,
anybody
I'm
else.
telling you, yeah.
I mean, he plays
they
that,
swap
nails
it
that
back and
Freebird.
forth, yeah.
Yeah, he nails that Freebird. But you guys, if you've never heard Six Gun, go to the Griff Martin files. They're all over the Griff Martin files. So if you want to hear uh, Six Gun, just go to the Griff Martin files, and they're everywhere in there. Yeah, Ronnie Parker says, that I don't know if you watched my hurricane story, Griff Martin, a hurricane story. Did you watch it, Craig?
Yeah, I did. Yes, I
And
did.
yeah, Ronnie Parker says the bird on my roof was a free bird, and he was watching over my house. Yeah, that's what that was. Yeah, I didn't think about that, man. That was Ronnie Van Zant and all the guys in the band, and that bird was on top of the house, and they said, "Man, we got your house here, Griff." Yeah, because you help out on the podcast there, and so we got your back. We didn't let the power go out this time. Now you're gonna have to pick some shit up, but you got to go pick that couch up and get it out of your yard. But
You know damn well if you wouldn't have had your generator and all that shit hooked up, the damn power would have went out. It don't matter who was looking after you.
That's right, man. If I wouldn't have
would have been out. That's like me, man. I got all my shit prepared for that stuff, and it flickers every now and then. It goes off for 10 minutes. I don't even worry about it. I said it'll come back on. It comes back on.
Yeah. So you guys, if you want to make sure something doesn't happen, be prepared for it. Because
it's coming. It's gonna be a shutdown for sure.
Oh, there's something big. There's something big on the way.
There's something on the way.
And I can't even get excited about anything anymore. Like I think, well, I'm going to go out and work on this or that, and I'm like, screw it. It's going to be a frickin' EMP here next week anyway. So
but they were manipulating. That guy that was laughing at us for weather manipulation. My God, they've been doing that for years.
Oh yeah, what do you think those camels were floating in the desert for, man? Was that
they've been doing it since '69, I think, or something like that. But Yeah, that they're doing a lot more than that. Like I was telling Griff before the show, they're all these 5G towers and stuff. These things are supposed to be, and they put up these microwave towers, and then they put up the water supply tanks for the whole city right next to it, and that frequency, your water holds minerals and information, and you're holding the bad stuff in the water that you're putting on your body and drinking, and you wouldn't think it would be that much, but just the constant barrage of that stuff being hit all the time, and the food you eat, and people are dying at a younger age, man. I mean, God, I mean, it's not just obesity. You're being poisoned. Everything they sell you has got poison in it, but
Yeah, just don't
I
believe it.
mean,
Just look at the chemicals on the label and go look them up. Some of
I
them
mean,
are industrial cleaners.
if anybody can make an extra nickel on anything, extra penny on anything in mass quantities, they're gonna do it. It don't matter what it does your body. And you think the FAA or whatever, the Food and Drug Administration, is gonna help you? They bribe the government to do this stuff. I mean, Philip Morris owns most of the food companies now, and they've hired the chemists that got people addicted to cigarettes. They've hired them to get people addicted to the food. And I mean, I don't have no much proof except for you guys just go look in the mirror. There's some kind of reason why 80% of you are obese. I mean, I'm sitting here trying to tell you, and I'm skinny, so I must know something.
Yeah,
But that's, just common sense, I
and Craig
guess.
smokes enough weed to where he gets the munchies all the time.
Oh,
So
I don't get munchies. That's just people's excuse because they can't, they're just addicted to food. They just
so you're
say,
saying marijuana doesn't give you the munchies, Craig?
no, never
No.
has.
So back in the
That's
day
just a myth because
when you guys
I
were
eat because I smoke pot and I eat. That's like people who say they got a bad thyroid and that's why they're fat. People say, I'm not fat. I'm genetic. It's not because of what I eat. Fucking bullshit, man. I mean,
I got a buddy who he went to the doctor and eye doctor, and eye doctor said, "It looks like you're starting to get some glaucoma." And he goes, "Does that mean I need to start smoking pot?"
oh, that's what I told the doctor when they said it looks like you might be getting glaucoma. I said I smoke too much pot, and he goes, "You'd have to smoke pot constantly." I said, "I do, good stuff too."
So you're debunking that theory, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Any of you think that works? Au contraire, mon frere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
What
just
is
genetic.
Gary? Is he
That
holding?
shit's genetic, The food shit, that whatever, but the glaucoma, that's genetic, man.
I heard that was from masturbation.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. Patricia Lynn says John Roy Van Zant's birthday is February 27th, born in 1960. Yeah, I knew that. I kind of knew that when it was. I thought we were both the same age, except I was born in November. Um, so right on the cusp of the year. So yeah, I'm actually older than Johnny.
Oh,
And
one thing I wanted to talk about, I'm from Cleveland. Well, I'm 50 miles south of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but they're having the induction thing here coming up pretty soon. And Foreigner is being inducted this time, and I had thought Foreigner had already been inducted already. I'd been telling everybody I worked for 3 bands that were in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but turns out Foreigner's being inducted here in the next in the next go round. So
I wonder if you could show up at the back door and then Lou Graham would let you in.
No.
No, Lou wouldn't go, "Hey, Craig, come on in."
No, Mick Jones. I still see Mick every now. I haven't seen.
What do you mean you still see him? Like where?
I haven't worked shows for 3 years, but the Foreigner's been touring. They always toured up at Blossom, and I seen Mick every time they played up there. But he retired here recently.
I heard he's not doing too good.
Oh, I don't know. Last time I saw him, I said, "Man, you still doing this stuff?" He goes, I said it to him, or he said it to me. I don't know. I guess, well, you're one to talk, or something.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He said, I don't remember who said that to who. One of us said that to one of us. You still doing this shit? Whatever.
Yeah. I heard he was so bad that he might not even.
I seen Lou Graham. I worked with Marshall Tucker, but God, that's been a long time ago. But he had just had brain surgery, and he was just like getting kind of in therapy or whatever, and he was out trying to do stuff. Seen him then as Lou Graham.
Yeah, I saw him in an interview. He said he had to teach himself to talk again after that.
He was out trying to. It was like he was in therapy out trying to tour. It wasn't very good in my opinion. No, but
really, yeah. Well, poor guy, man. They told him it was inoperable.
I guess he's all right. I guess he's better now. I haven't really.
Yeah, he found a guy who said that he could remove it, and this guy was a specialist, and it was just a chance that he ran into him, and the guy said, "Yeah," he goes, "I can't guarantee, but I'll give it a shot." And he said he got that tumor out of there. So,
and Sammy Hagar just turned 77, I think, didn't he?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man, he's still out there, rocking. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Then Sammy Joe wants to know, did Ronnie fire JoJo before the Street Survivors tour or after it started?
She did. That's a good question. I don't remember her being on the plane at all.
Well, she wasn't. Where did you guys started the show in Jacksonville, didn't you?
We started in Florida, but I can't remember.
And she wasn't on the plane.
I can't remember.
I don't think she was on it at all.
No, I don't think she was.
Yeah,
we
because
only played 6 shows. I don't think. No, she wasn't. She didn't start the tour. No.
And then Brian Riggin. Craig, where can I buy one of those cool Skynyrd stickers? I don't know which sticker he's talking about. Do you?
Oh, these here. Yeah, those.
Yeah, that must be it.
Only it's the whole.
Do you have them on your eBay?
The whole thing. Yeah, every now and then I sell one. Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
message me on my thing.
TheStonedRoadie@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, message Craig on TheStonedRoadie@gmail.com.
I don't want to get into selling stuff on here, and I don't set prices, so.
Gotcha. Maybe you can talk him into putting it on eBay, and then you can just bid on it and get it that way.
Well, I just sold one on there a couple weeks ago.
And Rock On says, Griff, the bird on your roof was a sign from rock and roll heaven, and Ronnie and all the Skynyrd boys saying, thanks for all the love on the Stoned Roadie show. Yeah, man, I didn't realize that, but but now I know. So yeah, that's cool. I didn't think about that. Yeah, but I hope they come back on the next hurricane because I need to be protected on all of them. Then Kimmy says, "So glad you're back, Griff, and glad you're okay. Screw them if they don't like your hurricane story. We're all just dogs in a box anyway." Well, that's just because I said if you guys don't uh, want to watch it, don't watch it because it has nothing to do with Lynyrd Skynyrd, and that's why she's saying that. But I didn't get any bad feedback on my. Everybody said, "Man, that was good. That was a good little hurricane video." So yeah, I figured I'm going to go through the hurricane. I didn't have anything else to do, so why not just videotape it, and then people can kind of go, you know what? I don't want to move to Florida. That sucks down there.
Oh, I know. I commented a few times that this is the exact reason I moved out of Florida, man.
Yeah, they're a pain in the
just
ass.
one week it's beautiful, the next week you're watching your house float down the road. It's like,
Yeah.
it's a nice
Well, that
place
can
to
happen.
visit. I like to go down there and visit, but I'm not that amused with Florida.
Yeah, well,
Personally.
it's one of those things where if you're born here, you kind of you just don't. I love my governor. He's a great that guy's. He keeps he keeps all of these woke sons of bitches straight. And all these political people that are always trying to attack us. Like, he stopped that mandatory vaccine crap, and
Well, he was
he's
first in line to be president if it wasn't for Trump.
he'd make a good one. He'd make a good one. But I think that Vance would be a good one too. So
Well, he
and
wasn't in the picture, but back when Trump became president,
right, yeah.
wasn't DeSantis.
And
He was
old
like,
Vivek is a team
yeah,
player
but
too.
DeSantis beat him in the polls, didn't he? I think.
But Trump's going to give them all a job. So
Oh yeah.
uh and then here's a kind of a cool one. Steve Jones says, Ronnie sang, "I got 600 miles to ride to do one more show. Oh no. It's 623 miles from Greenville to Gillsburg and 671 miles to Baton Rouge. Thoughts on that, Craig?"
Well, 600 miles to guy to do one more show it's kind of easier to say than 622 miles to ride to do one more show. It's just, it's like when he said, uh,
He was predicting.
uh, um, when he said, uh, Boise, Idaho. We weren't actually in Boise, Idaho. That city just went fit in there better, I guess.
But what he's saying, though, Craig, is he was predicting the ride from Greenville to Gillsburg. He was predicting that. That's what his point is.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's a pretty good point there, Steve Jones, about the 600 miles to ride to do one more show. Oh no, pretty freaky, man. Pretty good catch on that one. And let me see. This might be Kimmy. I think this might have been Kimmy. If this isn't Kimmy, sorry, Kimmy, but it sounds like you because she wants to know, is it legal to take out a $5 million insurance policy on your husband and then take him to McDonald's every day until he dies?
that's got to be Kimmy.
Yeah, that sounds like Kimmy.
Yeah, that's legal.
Right, that's the perfect murder.
Yeah. Oh God, people take their kids to McDonald's every day.
Yeah, that's actually the perfect murder right there, Craig.
Yeah, people don't care.
Well, that's into all the questions and comments and everything, and we're having some technical difficulties. I'm going to be editing the hell out of this, so if you guys see any skipping around or any mouth audible non-syncing movements going on, you'll know it's a poor internet connection.
All right,
So-
you're glitching out. Happy trails to you until we meet again, and see you later, alligator, at the Wild Crocodile. And that's a wrap.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep token until then.